Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to another episode of L2A. This is Falala here, and today we'll be talking about the Kali class, or more specifically the Screamer side. This will cover both the Dark Summoner and the Soul Eater of that class. And for those of you who are new to the show, this is Learn to Acro, where I try to give my advices and hints to help you play Acro better. So in this case, in this video, we'll be talking about the Kali class. We're going to be trying or at least I'm gonna be trying and advise you guys on how to fight this class a little more better. So without further ado, we're back in Saint Haven, and that means I'm gonna be taking a few minutes to talk about the class first before you guys watch the video. This is needed so that once you guys watch the video, you understand better of some of the things I did, you know, because I've explained it earlier on. Yeah, something like that. All right. The Screamer side, the Screamer class, they have more or less standard mobility. By standard, I mean they've got slightly fast. They are slightly faster than the Acrobat class, though not as fast as when Acrobat has Speed Boost on, of course. But fast enough to get out of most of your, your attacks, where you chain trampling in, and they'll be able to sort of maneuver the way out of it. So I don't recommend chasing them. They are more mid-range fighters than anything else. They have, of course, other skills that support them in melee range, but for most of it, it's the middle range. By middle range, if you can pretty much imagine the range of Bowmasters casting stuff like rapid shot or charge shot at you, that kind of range. They also have across the board low to standard super armor. Some of the skills have quite decent super armor, but it's no way in the category of high. But majority of the skills are quite low. Like, they can tank enough for the skill to be casted, but they can't tank really heavy hitting skills such as Cyclone Kick and Blooming Kick. And as far as iframe is concerned, they don't have all that much. In fact, Acrobats have more iframe than them. I think the only iframe I can think of is probably Blitz Claw, or whatever claw that is. The skill that flies up in the air, and they shoot the flying up part. Not once they're in the air. Oh yeah. So what's the main difference between the Soul Eater and the Dark Summoner? Well, the Soul Eater, I would say, is more of a burst DPS type of class. A lot of the skills are more focused on damage, dealing damage in a short period of time. If you even look at their EX, Soulgate EX, I'm not sure what that wolf skill is called, but yeah. And they even have their 50 skill, the big white ghostly. Apologies guys, really, I don't know much about this class because they're fairly new to me. I mean, it's only been 1 year. I know 1 year has been quite a while, but yeah. They're the newest class to have been released into Dragoness, so I don't have as much experience with them as much as I would like. Well, newest aside from Assassin, of course. But yeah, comparing the Soul Eater with the Dark Summoner, the Dark Summoner is more on constant DPS. They don't have burst DPS skills, but what they have is larger AoE on all of their skills. A lot of their EX are more towards utility based. They're more towards catching and recatching. And it's for those of you who have fought Dark Summoners and Soul Eaters, you might find fighting Soul Eaters as the Acrobat much more easier, because you can approach a Soul Eater with an Acrobat much more easier. For Dark Summoner, they have a lot of skills which sort of protects them from you doing that, and they can sort of catch and recatch you easily, which brings me to my next point. How exactly do you fight these classes? Well, for Soul Eaters and Dark Summoners, I think it's easier to catch the Soul Eater, so I would focus more on the Dark Summoner. Try and range yourself in distance that you are within the range of their attack. You have got to put yourself in that type of range where they are confident enough to attack you. It's like the very tip of Bind Shot, that type of range. And then once they start attacking you, because they are a mid-range attacking class, once you come into their range, hell, they will attack you. Once they start to attack you, that's when you try and jump in, and that's when you try and make your attacks happen. And this is also important. When you try and make your attacks happen, make sure they do happen. Make sure they have some sort of impact on the opponent that you're facing. Otherwise, it's gonna be wasted, and wasting skills on Kali is not a really wise idea. In fact, wasting skills on any class is not a good idea, but Kali especially so, because of their, I guess it's called dummy go skill and the one single aerial. Pretty much, if you can get rid of that one single area, then you can just combo them to death, which is really good for us, not good for them. You will see that in the video later on. And probably just try and use your aerials wisely. Like, I think a lot of times when I try to fight a Screamer class, especially the Dark Summoner, which is problem in catching and recatching, they tend to use up my aerials really fast. I think it's no surprise, looking at how their skills work. So use your aerials carefully, both of them, both the normal aerial and both counter ring shot especially. And if possible, try and use your aerials in the precise timing oh god, I'm stumbling. Try and use it when you can counter them. There will be examples in the videos later on, don't worry. But why I say this is because if, let's say, for counter ring shot you flinch them, then that's dummy goes wasted on them. That is really the story about that. Yeah. Rather than just using your aerials immediately, try and save it, wait for the right time, because as much damage as they can do, they can't really do enough to make you worry. It's not like you're eating a ring bomb or anything like that. No. So try and save the aerial. That's the best advice I can give you, to be honest. Save your aerial, use it at the right time, use it when you can counter them, use it when you can immediately engage back on them. Right, that's it. I don't know much about the Kali classes, sorry, yeah, I apologize again, because they're rare in Springwood, so I don't really get much experience with them. In Westwood they're abundant, so I think that's where I got most of my videos from. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the videos, and I hope you guys will find it informative. As you can see here, Soulgate EX has been summoned out. I really find this skill quite troublesome, and I think a better choice would be to wait it out and then engage back in later on with the Spirit Boost. Lucky for me, I think passive bot procced, and he basically ate his own aerial by using that dive take of this. So once all the areas are gone, well, technically only one of them, all the rest gotta do is just combo him to death. As you can see, I only start rushing in once they use attacks and put them in a standing state. This actually helps me better to catch them early on. And if I had chosen to rush without anything to keep them still, they might be able to counter me quite easily. In this video, I have said many times that if you manage to catch an Kali without its aerial, they're pretty much dead, which is true, but in this case sometimes they will have their aerial cooldown just as you're comboing them. So if you are able to do a recatch, if you are able to do a predict on when the aerial is, it is pretty much a guaranteed win for you. Again, annoying skills will come up from time to time, and again, I advise you not to rush in unless you are absolutely confident in getting the catch off of them.
바람의 정령요. 기다려. 선물이에요. 보세요. 어둠의 영혼이 일하시네요.
Another thing I forgot to mention earlier is that the proper way to catch classes that generally have to run away from you or kite from you is not to rely on chain trampoline or any of your big tip-top skills to catch them, unless you possibly can catch with them, of course. But it is instead to just walk up to them and find the right opportune moment to use these skills to get the catch on them. I started it badly in this match, mainly because of a lot of mistakes, but the reason why I'm showing you guys this fight was because I wanted to show you guys that even if you did a lot of mistakes, you can always come back towards the roots, come back towards what you have to do, and hopefully you will win out at the end of the game.
용서 따위 없어요. 일으켜주려. 어둠의 영혼이. 좋아요. 한 번 더요. 선물이에요. 분노한 용의 흥이 영혼을 일으키며. 보세요. 아침의 정령요. 잡아봐요. 선물이에요. 한 번 더요. 고통, 죽음의 힘. 야성적인 것 좋아요. 어둠의 영혼. 한 번 더요. 용서 따위 없어요. 보세요. 기다려. 아침의 정령요. 거예요. 아침의 정령요. 알아주세요. 어둠의 영혼이. 일하시네요. 주세요. 내 거야. 거기 있을까요? 보세요. 잡아요. 고통, 죽음의 힘. 여러분, 야성적인 것. 어둠의 영혼. 살짝 아플 거예요.
This fight will show me against a Dark Summoner. Now, as I said earlier before, the difference is that Dark Summoners don't have as much DPS, but they have easier catching abilities. So the only thing left to say is to watch out for these catching abilities, or if you're caught, use your arrow wisely to catch them back. And then, you know, more or less combo them to death. End of story.
잡아요.
as you will see here, though I was caught no thanks to passive bug, I did not immediately use my counter ring shot, my second aerial. If I had, I would have been recaught again by the Dark Summoner through the Revenge Hand that was lying below me. So remember guys, the Kali class of Dark Summoner is a class specialized in catching and recatching, so be careful when you use your aerials. I cannot stress this enough. Alright guys, that's me done for the day. Thank you guys for watching so much. So I apologize again for the lack of knowledge on this class. As I said, it is one of the weakest class I know about, so I can't really give that much insight on. But I hope you found this video informative nonetheless. Let me know what you want to know next on L2A. Ciao.